Leah and DJ, rise and shine. He's back in the building with us. It's Jason Perkins. Every other Thursday you're coming in here, and I can't believe it. It's December 14th. Christmas is just around the corner. It's all happening. You're back here again. You found time in your schedule. Last time you were in here, you're talking about, soul care and slowing down. And I'm looking over here to Leah, and she has missed Christmas.
Yes.
I love
Merry Christmas, Leah. Merry Christmas, everyone.
I love it. I love Christmas so much. But the question for that I have today anyway, surrounding Christmas, we're in the silly season. The year is wrapping up. How can we, in amongst all of the craziness, still be caring for our souls in all of that?
Imagine this season. God loved us so much that he sent his son Jesus in the world to save our souls. And this is the season of the year that I think oftentimes is where our soul gets neglected the most.
It does.
The very purpose of Christmas was to save our souls, and we neglect it this time of year. And here's what I've found to be the number one issue when it comes to not caring for your soul in this season, for me anyway. I don't know if anybody else can relate to this, but it's around unhealthy expectations. Unhealthy expectations that are placed on me, and to be frank, that I place on other people. So the classic example of this is you got to get to 3 different family members' home on Christmas Day.
And then you got to squeeze church in the middle.
And you got to get to church, and you got to look the part, and you got to make all the dishes because you got to take all the things to all the different places. And by the way, you forgot to buy the right present for the right person on the right time. And I mean, the expectations are out of control this time of year, both that we have on others and that they have on us. And so I think caring for your soul in this season all comes down to having healthy expectations. And I've got 4 filters that I run through for me that help me create healthy expectations. I'd love to dive into those a little bit.
Let's do it. I love the fact that you've talked about, soul care around this time. This is the time where family gets together. Family should be all about caring for the soul. I think sometimes when it's like a war over your soul at Christmas time.
Yes.
Oh boy. So you might be feeling a little bit tattered this morning. Let's take a break. We'll come back with Jason Perkins, and we'll talk about how we can care for our soul in this crazy season of Christmas on Rise and Shine. It's Christmas time. The bells are jingling. The wrapping is happening. The Christmas calendar is filling up. And for a few of us out there, our souls are getting a little bit wounded. You're here, Jason, Mr. Perko himself, Mr. Soul Care himself. You've got Christmas elf over here, Leah.
It's me.
You've got Bar Humbug Man over here, DJ. How do we care for our souls during this time?
Yeah, so I said just a moment ago that expectations or unhealthy expectations are actually the thing that I think is the greatest kind of killer of our souls during this time of year. And so there are 4 simple things that I use, filters that I use to help me understand, is this a healthy expectation I have, or is this an unhealthy one?
Okay.
And so when something comes up this season, here's what I would encourage you to run through. First of all, is the expectation unconscious? Like, was I even aware of it? Or was this a expectation that I just assumed they should know? Anytime you use that phrase, they should have known, that's a key phrase. That's a key indicator that that's an unhealthy expectation because it's unconscious, okay?
Okay, so realization number 1 around your expectations of this time is it an unconscious expectation?
Yep. If it's unconscious, then it's unhealthy.
Okay.
Wow.
If they're not aware of it, you're not aware of it, then it's unhealthy. The second one is this. Is it unrealistic? Like, let's be honest. 3 different families' homes in one 24-hour period.
It's a stretch.
Over 3 meals with driving distances and a church service all thrown in there.
And if you don't have second helpings on each place, mother-in-law is going to be looking at you weird.
So
and if you've got small children, it takes you an hour to get them into the car because it's like going camping every time you put a child in the car. Yeah. So you got all of those things. It's unrealistic.
Okay.
So look at it. Is it unconscious? Is it unrealistic? And then the next one that I always go to, the next filter is it unspoken?
Oh.
Have we actually talked about this? Or did we just assume that they should know? Like, well, you always come to grandma's house first, and then you always go, but between last year and this year, we got married. And now I have a whole other set of family members that I also need to go in. So we never talked about what does it look like after the marriage. And so is it unconscious? Is it unrealistic? Is it unspoken? And then this is the killer. This is the big one.
Okay.
The last filter, unagreed upon.
Oh.
This is where we fail. This is where I should say I fail the most is I don't get agreement on the expectation. If it's unagreed upon, it's not an expectation. If they didn't give you a thumbs up in that text message saying, we'll see you at noon, thumbs up if you can be here at noon because that's when we're starting the meal, then they didn't agree to it. Just because you sent the text doesn't mean that it's an expectation that's healthy. So get it agreed upon. Those 4 things have been so helpful for me during this season.
I'm going to go over them again. So looking at your expectations, which can let us down over this period of Christmas, is it an unconscious expectation? Is it an unrealistic one? Is it an unspoken expectation? And the last one, is it an unagreed upon expectation? They're good. They're good, man. I'm already feeling convicted myself.
Well, you can give maybe one of the greatest gifts this season to the people you celebrate Christmas with, and that's clarify expectations ahead of time. Yeah. Make sure they're healthy ahead of time so you don't live in this vague kind of world of, oh, they should have known or I should have known. But you can have a healthy Christmas this year and care for your soul while you're at it.
It's just a matter of actually taking the time and communicating, speaking about it, just taking a moment and going, okay, let's have a look at the calendar.
Yep.
Let's take a moment. What can we actually do here? And going through there. Jason, this has been fantastic. Listen, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas.
Yes.
No wild expectations for you.
No, my biggest hope and wish for everyone listening, for you two and for everyone listening, is that you would experience the tangible presence of Jesus this year like never before. Like you actually feel his presence because that's what he came to the earth to do.
I love it.
Amen.
I love it. Hey, have yourself a fantastic break. We'll be seeing you over on your social media.
Yes, we will, over at Jason Perkins on all of the social medias or at his website where you can find out more about soul care, jasonperkins.com.
Too good. Thanks for coming in, man.
Merry Christmas.